My name is Dr. Ed Messey. I'm a family physician here in Willingboro for over 50 years. I retired 3 years ago, and I'll tell you a little bit about where I started. I was born in Essington, Pennsylvania, at home, not in the hospital, but at home. And I went to school there. I walked to school. When I went to high school, I went to Ridley Park High School, which is we had to take a bus to go to the high school. I played sports in high school. I was in track, football. I ran in the pen relays. I was very active. I was on the school yearbook, the cartoons and artwork, and that was, and even to this day, that is one of my hobbies is art, and I'll let you know a little bit later about that. I went to high school, graduated second in my class, and went on to Villanova University, pre-med. The Korean War was on at the time, and I was in the ROTC. I spent 2 years in the Navy on an aircraft carrier. When I came out of the Navy, or as I was in the last month or two of being in the Navy, we put our ship out of commission in Boston, and I was introduced to my present wife. We dated for a short period of time, and we married before I went to medical school. When I got out of the Navy, I went to medical school and was married now, and also had a child while in medical school. After medical school, I went to Hahnemann, and Hahnemann is in Philadelphia, and it's one of my loves. I love my medical school. We lived in Philadelphia, my wife and I interned also in Philadelphia. I was going to take a residency, but but between having a child and having a lot of debt, and my father was very ill, and he came to live with me, my mother and dad, and so I had to give up my residency and go directly into practice. I had to make a living. I came here to Willingboro. They were building a hospital here, and several of the doctors at Hahnemann told me that it would be an opportunity for me. So I came to Willingboro, knowing several doctors on the staff. I involved myself immediately. My wife and I involved ourselves immediately in the community. As a matter of fact, we love Willingboro, and we're still living here, and we don't plan on moving. We love not only the township, the hospital, but the people. My patients, I love my patients, and I think they love me, which is a good situation for me. When I got here in town, I was in solo practice, had an office at Millbrook Drive and Levitt Parkway. There were like 5 or 6 other family doctors in town already, but we felt that the town could support me, and we were right. We enjoyed the practice, and we involved ourselves in the community. I joined the Rotary Club of Willingboro, and I've been a member, actually a very good member, for over 50 years now in the Rotary. I also played tennis and and involved myself in the community with a lot of the other fellows in town who were playing tennis. I started a volleyball league. I also involved myself in helping some senior citizens, and with the township manager, helped form the Friendship Guild. I don't know if you're familiar with the Friendship Guild, but it was a group of ladies, and I did it because my mother had no one and didn't know anyone, and this got her involved in the town. And my wife got involved in many of the organizations in our town. I became president of 1 year of the Rotary Club. I also joined the Willingboro Art Alliance, and 1 year I was at a holiday party. Somebody said to me that the Willingboro Art Alliance is going to fold, and I said, why? They said nobody would be president. So I said, my goodness. I said, I would be president before I'd let it fold. Well, in January, I got a telephone call from this lady and said, were you real when you said that you would be president? And I said, okay. And I became president. They had about 6 or 7 members, and now they have over 100 members. But I reorganized it as you would any organization. I belonged also for a while, to the Red Dragon Canoe Club down in Beverly. I had a small sunfish, which I enjoyed. I got into that because of one of my friends and patients had one, and he influenced me to buy a boat. As long as it wasn't too big, I could handle it. Since I've retired, I have joined the Retired Citizens Volunteer Program, and I myself give a course on medicine to the senior citizens. I have made up several slides, and I have a roundtable discussion, and I've done this for 2-3 years now, since I've retired. Since I've retired, I've also wanted to do certain things. First of all, I paint, and I'm very active in the Art Alliance, as I had just said, and I support them by going to their meetings and attending workshops every week, okay? And the art is one of my very most favorite activities, okay, next to medicine. I still read. I read a journal every 2 weeks. I spend time going to conferences. As a matter of fact, I'm going down to Philadelphia Pri-Med next week for 2 full days, just to keep up in medicine. So I maintain my license, and I enjoy medicine, I guess, number one, and number two, I enjoy art as a hobby, okay? I also enjoy involving myself with people. That's why I loved my practice, because I enjoyed interacting with my patients, and they enjoyed me involving myself with them by giving them telephone calls about their medicines, making sure I knew how they were doing. This is what the government wants all doctors to do, and I've been doing it for years. So, but medicine is my first love. Medicine has changed a great deal since when I started. I was in solo practice by myself, and I ran my practice alone, and my wife was my office manager. And of course, everybody in town loves my wife, I think, as much as she loves me. I can't meet somebody that doesn't say, "How is Mrs. Messey doing?" She's quite a lady as far as I'm concerned. We had 7 kids. We adopted one, and we've had our tragedies with our children too. Our second child had biliary atresia, which is a lack of bile ducts. It's a congenital thing, and he died when he was a year of age. So we've had our problems too, and we understand, and we love children. That's obvious. And we have 5 grandchildren. So, and it's nice to see them grow up. They're now going to college and driving cars, and my God, all of a sudden the years slip by and you wind up to being an old man. But I still stay very active. I still go to my art group. I still go to Rotary. I do things, and I involve myself. Since I've retired, I learned to play bridge. I never played bridge, and a lot of my friends play bridge. And through RSVP educational programs, right here in this building, we have bridge classes every Tuesday, and I now play bridge every Tuesday. I play bridge at the Willingboro Senior Center, and this is marvelous because when I walk through the Senior Citizen Center, I'm stopped or said hello to by almost half the people here. So I know a lot of people. And this is what makes Willingboro a wonderful town, is the people in town. They're friendly, down to earth, and it's just a nice town. And I must say that if you ride through Willingboro, and I took you to any other town in South Jersey, you would say, that first town you took me to, meaning Willingboro, was just as nice as any other town that you would go to, and the streets are nice, the lawns are kept nice, the buildings are nice. We have a good government. We have a nice town. I just wanted to say that we have a few famous people here. Carl Lewis, who happens to be nationally known, was a member, lived in Willingboro. And my contact initially with Carl was one Saturday night when his father I tried to get him to see his local family doctor or someone would knock at my door, and I answered the door, and he said, could I see his sick son? And I didn't know who he was at the time, and I said, yeah, come on in. And when I examined this young boy, I said, he has an acute appendicitis, and I sent him right into the hospital. It turned out to be Carl Lewis who I sent to the hospital. So that was my first and only really initial contact with Carl. But he's well known, and he lived here, and I think he loved Willingboro as much as we do. I just want to mention, too, that we have another famous young man, Gary Pridlow, who recently received the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry. And I think that's a wonderful thing for our town. He grew up here and went to high school here. I must say that we had a good school system for many, many years, and we've produced a lot of educated young men and women who've gone on to professional, such as doctors and lawyers and so forth. So we're very proud of our children, and we're very proud of everyone in town, as a matter of fact. I was surprised about 4 or 5 years ago, a patient of mine showed up at my door, and she said on her own that she was going to have a Willingboro appreciation night for me, and she organized it at the Marion Caterers, and we filled the Marion Caterers with people from Willingboro coming to honor me as being their physician, and the physician that they felt was really the important doctor in this town. And her name was Victory Jackson. She, along with the former township manager Jack McHugh, organized it, and it was a very nice affair. Had my whole family there, and had everybody that I knew had come. including the physicians. And I almost forgot, but 2 or 3 years ago, the hospital gave me an award, a special award as an outstanding doctor in the town. So that was a combined Lady of Lourdes Camden and Lady of Lourdes Hospital here in Willingboro. Okay, so that was nice, for a very nice award that they gave me. I must say that I enjoy living here. I don't have any plans on moving, and right now our house is being redone because we had water pipes that broke and leaked, and so we're having a refurbishing of our house. And I've been here for over 50 years now and enjoyed every minute of it. I also did a picture, a watercolor picture of 4 little basketball players. And it was really an active little picture. And I wanted to give one to Michael Jordan. Well, one of my patients is a professional ice hockey player. And I approached him and I asked him if he would take the picture to Michael Jordan, have Michael Jordan's agent, give it to the agent. He says, "Are you kidding?" He says, "I play golf with Michael Jordan. I'll take the picture to him myself." So I signed it and put his number that he had, I think it was 34, and signed it personally to Michael Jordan. So Michael Jordan has one of my pictures. And funny, but he called me to thank me. And the answering service retrieved the call and thought it was a joke and hung up on him.
Oh, no.
So that's the story that I tell and that I feel is, exciting for me to know that Michael Jordan has one of my pictures. I guess I would like to be remembered here in town more by my patients and how they have approached me now. I can't walk any place in town that I don't bump into somebody that says, "Dr. Messey, we really miss you." And my answer to them is, "I miss you too." I'm very active in the Rotary, and the Rotary does a lot of things. So I often say that you can be like a philanthropic millionaire and not have as much good experiences that we have in Rotary, because we do so many philanthropic things. And one of the things is, and we team up with the Burlington County Times for Give a Christmas, and we read hundreds of letters and give away thousands of dollars to needy families. And I personally read many, many, many of these letters over the years. Okay, so that's part of my involvement, and it makes me feel good, and all the ones who do read the letters feel the same way, that we're doing something for people who in need. I was very active in the Art Alliance, and we have the Art Alliance has a workshop every Wednesday here in this building, okay, and the workshop is run by a fellow named Ben Cohen, and he is just the nicest person, and he helps everybody, and he doesn't rush anybody. He just takes his time, and he gives good pointers to everybody, and anybody can come. It's sort of open to come, and this is the way it is in Willingboro. We have so many free things for people to do and people to get involved. And the Willingboro Art Alliance is one of them. One of the first things that I did in town when I got here is I saw that there were so many different nationalities and people because we were close to the Army base, okay? And I thought, boy, wouldn't it be nice to have an international festival and involve everybody in town? And I wasn't here 2 or 3 years when I presented it to the Rotary Club, and between the Rotary Club and all the people in town, we put on an international festival that lasted for 3 or 4 years. It was wonderful. It involved everybody, and we filled the whole school over there, and we had vendors, and we had people, and then we had just involvement. We had foods, we had crafts. It was a wonderful thing, and that was one of the first things that I did in town.
This is Reva Foster again. If you're interested in preserving your family's history, call Willingboro Community Affairs at 609-877-2200, extension 1130. Thank you.